And good morning. Welcome to the Monday, September 8th edition of Makers and Movers podcast. I'm your host, Todd. How are you doing today, folks? Did everybody have a great weekend? I hope so. It was a catch-up weekend. I will say we had some fun stuff going on at the warehouse of going through some things, finding some new things that we didn't think we had, things that we did have that were like, oh, we got a lot of this. Uh, Happy to report that there's one order, I think, from the 28th because it was a lot of cut vinyl. And that's the first order that's getting done this morning because that's the vinyl room still needs very much organized. But everything else is looking peachy, like stuff shipping out from Friday. So we're right there with our days. Congrats to Corey and the team for pulling that off. We'll talk more about that tomorrow on Tuesday with Todd. Today, though, we are talking about the fourth quarter success, five tips for having that successful fourth quarter because, let's be honest, there's a lot that can happen in that fourth quarter, right? There's a lot of things that can go on, missed deadlines, last minute rushes, customers upset about delays, but it doesn't always have to be that way. So today we're going to give you 5 tips that will help your sanity during this holiday season. You're going to learn how to set your cutoff dates, why rush fees protect your time and profit, the trick to training your customers to order early, why repeating your rules matter, and then we'll give you some free tools to help keep you organized. And if you want to know more about this subject, then stay tuned because next Wednesday, the 17th, for our monthly webinar over on TRW, we're going to talk about all fourth quarter success and kind of the roadmap to success and what that looks like, content creation, cutoff dates. There's a big shebang that's going into it. I'm going to at least get the listing up. I should be able to at least get the listing up today as I'm still building out the content for it, but you will get scripts, you will get dates, you will get checklists. You're going to get everything with that. And I've done this webinar as a paid webinar in the past, and for different companies, we've went through it and we've charged as much as $300 for it because it's a standalone course for it. $20. That's all it's going to cost you. So stay tuned for that. That will come out. That's going to be next Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we will just, keep going to town on that. All right. Now, if this is your first time here or long time here, I need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area. I will say I got to send a friend of ours a message because they shut down their pool this weekend, and now it's going to get like 90 degrees by the end of the week. So I got to thank them for that. Shut down your pool, it goes to 90. Well, we did have football start this weekend, but it didn't really start because Bears lose tonight. So we're looking forward to that. We've got Monday Night Football there tonight. Like I said, we had a good weekend of getting some stuff done and getting some things caught up. As far as what we got to drink, I'm a little tropical vibey today. A little tropical vibe Celsius is what we're rocking and rolling with today. So that's that. And then the most important part, 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? So for us, we've got meetings today. We've got supplies that need to be ordered. We've got quotes that need to get done, DTF that needs to be printed out, and then review orders. Those are our big things today. So when I get done with this, DTF, most everything is set to go. There's a few things from late last night, early this morning that I need to verify before we can get that in the print queue. And order supplies, we're still pulling that off, like low inventory level. We got low inventory notifications that come through, but how long has that product been there? Comparative to what those levels are. Does it make sense to order now, or can we hold off? So we're going through all of those things, and we had a couple of stores that closed, so processing those. It's just a typical Monday, right? It's just a typical typical Monday there. But let's check in and see how people are doing this morning. Barb, good morning to you, North Central Minnesota, 52. 5 things: quotes, 3D printing, pack, ship orders, mascot design, layouts, embroidery, quilt file layout. Very nice. Renee, good morning. Glorious 52 on the way to 77, Chicagoland. Water in the bottle, coffee in the cup. 5 things: therapy, reorganize, design work, mileage, and banking. Renee, question. The game's on ESPN tonight, right? ESPN and ABC. Is it on there? Because now that we're officially streaming, I have to get the antenna to watch it because ESPN app won't stream it, right? I got to look and see because it'd be on ABC. ABC doesn't have a streaming thing, right? I gotta figure that out before tonight. Otherwise, I'll just not watch the game and have you give me updates on it. That's how we'll do it. Keith, good morning to you. Ray, good morning from Texas. Wonderful day in the neighborhood. Coffee in the cup, ready to chat. Awesome. What kind of coffee we drinking there? Audrey, good morning to you. Claire, good morning. It's going to be hell yeah, it is. Yes, that's what I'd like to hear. Start the day. It's going to be a fantastic day today. I didn't realize I was on the TRW YouTube channel. See, and you should down in the little right-hand corner, wherever the comments are coming from, they should all be in there, right? Dirk thinks he's thirsty. He's not, though. He's not. I need to go in and just reset that chip. I know. Good morning to you, Jeff. Let's see. Usually it just takes me this morning to, it's wherever the link goes right there. George, good morning to you. George, I'm glad we had that extra, that extra time to worry about those stone designs. We'll figure out a way to get up there this week. We were not hammered, but hammered working, getting through stuff last weekend. Hey, watch that. I'm a Bears fan for life. So am I. So I'm a realist. Hey, I'm a realist. Renee, way to foreshadow tonight's game. Will you be live on TRW Mondays now that season? No, we're not. That's why we moved Mondays to Tuesdays for Tuesday with Todd, because there's no football on Tuesdays. So that's what we got there for it. And Jeff's got 56 there in Northern Kentucky. Diet Coke in the cup. My Roland isn't beeping. It's mine. 5 things: 3D print, 3D model, paint some signs, put together another sign, hook rollers back up on UV to test. I love to see it. Thanks, Renee. Thanks for checking in that for me because I know I can stream it, but I think the antenna I have, I need to go get a new one today because it's not the greatest antenna. And I don't want to have to put up something outdoors. So we'll see how it is. Otherwise, I'm sure I can just find it. Good morning. Who do I get in touch with to buy software? You know what software I need? Us. You can just go to therhinestoneworld.com. You can go right down there, right there. Boom. You can go right there and you can find our design wizard that goes with Corel. Tammy, good morning to you. And Tim, now the Lions, on the other hand. Yeah, but you guys sucked for so long anyway. So you're due. I get it, Tim. I get it. Rena, good morning. SoCal 64 this morning. Coffee is brewing. Very nice. Man, I know, right? We do. Yeah, we have Disney Plus, but I don't think Monday Night Football is on there. But them switching over, right? Because the ESPN's new platform is this month, and that's when everything's switching over. Do we get ESPN on that? Or that's what I haven't had a clarification on that. So I got to check it and see. We're getting there. Caught up on shipping. It is. I said, I think there's one order that's from the 28th, and that because I want to say it's like 70 pieces or 78 pieces, and like 70 pieces is all individual, like 1 foot sheets. So it's just a process to do it. So that was one. And since the vinyl room isn't organized yet, it's just kind of everything's in there. It was like stones were the priority, get that taken care of first. And then now we'll move to the vinyl room and get that organized because, you can have, 4 different athletic golds, and if they're not labeled or they're in the wrong spot, which one is it? Is it stretch? Is it easy weed? What is it there? So we're trying to match that stuff up and get those in order. So we're going there. Point the other direction. Oh, it's not right there. It's right there. These on my screen, these are comments, and right there is like point the other direction. Cindy's got 58, drinking Eye of the Tiger any drink. Where do you find these? Watching you from Menards furniture section. Ooh, I gotta run over to Menards. Cindy, while you're at Menards, go see if they'll cut boards for us. If they do it in house, if they cut 4x8 stuff down to sheets, we're looking to add some structural stability to some shelves. And I need to get over to Menards. I'm almost positive that they cut stuff down at like $1 or $2 a cut. I just haven't made it over there. We talked about this yesterday when we were building stuff out. Cindy, what do you got going on today? You want to swing by and see what we got going on? Maybe just reach out to Corey and you can stop in. Jacqueline, good morning. Thank you very much and have a blessed, wonderful day. Fantastic day, everyone. Absolutely. Yes, Monday night. It's on ESPN, but can I watch it through Disney Plus? That's what we're trying to figure out. Claire's got 70s in Virginia, delivering an order of patches, coffee in the cup, cutting football mom rhinestone templates, returning calls, and cutting out material for several orders. Very, very nice. Yeah, it's in stock. It came in, I put it back in stock. There is 12.5 inch and 9.5 inch in stock right now. Because we got some in. I put that in stock yesterday. The I learned something on how the back-end system works on Shift for Shop, which is no bueno. So I figured that out. Ryan was able to help me understand how that worked. So both sizes are in stock currently right now. Home Depot cuts them down. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure they did, but that's across the river. It's across the river. I mean, I have to go. If I have to, I have to. I'm new to YouTube. What did Renee? Renee, what did you just text me? Nope. What? Yeah, see, unlock available ESPN Unlimited. What do you got to do if you hit the unlock button? What happens? Because I got to check that. We'll see. I thought I had the highest $30 Disney Plus whatever one it is, so I need to get a better understanding of that. My channel, I'm learning how to use rhinestones at 628 custom. Look at that. I want to see what you're doing. We had some fun with the Wicked design over the weekend. Somebody saw Corey's aunt saw it and was like, "Ooh, I want a shirt with this on it, with that on it." So we're like, "Okay, great filming content." We have a ton of awesome Halloween and fall designs. We need to run those back. We need to make, create a carousel showing all of those, the things that we can do with that. I know Home Depot does, but maybe Menards does. I thought Menards does. Field trip. I'll text Corey. They have a wellness morning going on. By wellness, they're getting pedicures this morning. So they're getting pedicures at 10:30. That should be 11:30. They should be up there. Just get with us. We'll get you, Cindy. Wrestling High Crew should finally get my DTF today. So excited. Woohoo! I'm so excited that you worked on them. Thank you very much for that. 48 on the way to 80s. Apple juice in 1 cup. What? Apple juice in 1 cup and Coke in the other? That cannot taste good together, one after the other. I need a little more information on that. Michael's do what? Google, yes, Menards will cut lumber for you, but the availability of the service significantly varies store by store and is not guaranteed at all locations. I know one across the river does, but I think that's here. It is pretty cool, right? And that's on a site. You can go get that. And that was with Unicorns and Zones. And so you can go to the site, download that. Looks like he's still on top of the Disney Plus. Ooh. See, I was with the understanding that we, as Disney Plus top tier level, had it and we could get into it. So, ES is just learned. So I got to go there and check out the account settings because I'm at the top tier one. Wait, hold on. I know. We're supposed to get other stuff going on, but listen, guys, this is important because it revolves around Bears football, and that's I know. Like if you're not a Bears fan, you don't understand. We savor doing great at the end of the game to give us hope that we have that we're able to do stuff that, the next game, because even during our 37 game losing streak of last year, if we were close so many times. And so it was just like, oh, we're almost there. Okay. Limited time with ads. Premium is now going get this deal for 12 months. I think I just need to log in, right? There's me. Let's see. Now, if I put in football, right? Did you click on the NBC? Oh, upcoming. Unlock. Oh, you mother effer. Yeah. See, unlock. This content is available with ESPN subscription. To learn more. All right. I got to go figure that out. If I got to spend another $10 a month, I guess I got to spend another $10 a month. It's always fun. Yeah, good to know. Well, we have rhinestones. The rhinestone world. We have rhinestones. So see, Menards isn't there, so we'll have to look and see. Okay, not at the same time. Well, I don't know. It could be like some weird chaser. I don't know. I mean, they are. Now that everything's switched over, I don't know what I have. I just know I pay it. I don't think mine is either. Granted, I haven't been wood building out back. I like the wood at Home Depot a little better. Jeff likes the wood. OSU and Bengals won this weekend. Florida State won this weekend too. I'll take that. You haven't missed much, Linda. Dealing with order issues, not good. People are streaming games live. I know they are. Not me. I've got a few ways to watch it if I really need to, but I just put up an antenna. I just thought I could pull up the app and watch it, but not so much. When we switched internet service providers last year, and now we're strictly T-Mobile satellite thing, the jigger uses cell service. It's wild because it kicks us to our IP says that we're in Minnesota. So when we open up apps like CBS, we get Minnesota. So like we'll get all the Viking games, we'll get everything there. I'm like, no. So through my VPN, I switch us to Chicago so I can get everything from up there. So I'm like, oh, I could probably switch up games with this using the VPN. I don't know which one it was. I believe you. It was just telling me that this. I have to go look and see because it was with my understanding that if we were on the top tier, that everything was going to be included in that because Monday Night Football stuff was going to be included in that. The WWE premium live events were going to be included with that. Your streaming regular ESPN stuff was going to be included with that. That was my understanding. So I didn't look any further into it. I figured this would be the first test, and not happy about that. Not happy about that at all. All right. What do you say? We've been jibber-jabbing long enough. Let's get into it, right? This is going to be 5 tips for successful fourth quarter because the fourth quarter is the biggest opportunity of the year for decorators. But let's be honest, it can also be the most overwhelming. Between Christmas orders, last-minute rushes, customers who don't understand deadlines or policies, it is easy to feel buried in the chaos. But I'm telling you, with the right plan, you can not only survive the fourth quarter, you can thrive in it. And so we're going to, share 5 essential tips to set your business up for success, for a successful fourth quarter. And these are, the same foundations that I'm going to dive deeper into in our paid webinar on September 17th for only $20. So give me a teaser for that. We'll start posting more about it. So there, if you've ever struggled with, cutoff dates, rush fees, customer procrastination, or just staying organized through the holiday madness, this teaser, I feel, will give you a head start. And that webinar is going to give you the full playback for it. So number 1, set your Christmas cutoff date early. Okay. One of the biggest mistakes that decorators make is waiting until December to figure out when their cutoff time is. By then, you're already swamped. Customers are already frustrated. So setting a cutoff date early, like December 10th, gives you the control now over your workload and sets those clear expectations. It also positions you as a professional who knows their limits. Now, the earlier you announce this date, the better. You put it on your socials, you put it on your order forms, you put it in every conversation that you have with customers. You want people to plan around your calendar, not you planning around theirs. Clear deadlines are going to save your sanity and make your customers respect your process. So some examples of this in past years is, a decorator announced that December 8th was their final day for Christmas orders. And because it was shared in November, parents knew to order the team hoodies ahead of time. So that way they avoided the last minute chaos. Another one skipped announcing a cutoff. And on December 22nd, they're still getting, hey, can you do just one more messages? We all get those, right? She ended up working through Christmas Eve and regretted it. So here's your action step. Decide your Christmas cutoff date today. All right. Announce it on your website, your social media, your order forms before October hits. So we're just setting that up. Now, numero 2 is let's protect yourself with rush fees. Now, after your cutoff date, you'll still get people who want to get orders done, right? Instead of saying, oh, yeah, I can do it, and then resenting it, offer rush orders. Ooh, what does that mean? Well, they're going to pay for it. Rush order fees are going to reward customers who planned ahead and put a price on your limited time. You're not punishing late customers. You're valuing your own schedule. So this approach also turns rushes into an opportunity for profit. And remember, you're in business to make a profit. When someone's willing to pay extra, you decide whether the premium is worth it. Sometimes a last minute order can actually make your week more profitable instead of stressful. Now, some examples of this is a decorator charged a $25 rush fee for orders after December 10th. Customers who really wanted those shirts gladly paid, and they made an extra $500 in rush fees alone. Another one kept doing rush fees for free. was working 16 hours a day, made the same money, and ended the season burned out. Right? See the differences in there? So write out your rush fee policy now. All right. Post it with your cutoff date so customers know their choice: order early or pay a premium. That's simple. Boom, line drawn. Order early or pay a premium. Now, next up is we want to train our customers to order early, because one of the best ways to protect our time in the fourth quarter is by training customers to order early. People naturally procrastinate. But if you teach them that waiting means missing out, they'll start to change their habits. By consistently reminding them of deadlines and the benefits of ordering ahead, what you're going to do is create a culture where where early orders become the norm. It not only eases your stress, but really helps customers feel more in control. Training them is about repetition and reward. The more often they see your reminders on socials and emails, even printed on invoices, the more that they're going to adjust to it. You can also offer, some small perks for ordering early, like guaranteed stock or first access to new designs. The key is consistency. Keep repeating the message until ordering early feels natural to them. So some examples of this is a spiritware decorator posted weekly reminders in October that orders placed this week will be guaranteed by the first home game. Parents quickly learned that waiting meant missing the deadline. Another maker sent out an email campaign in November with the subject "Beat the Rush, order now for Christmas." Customers who ordered early were rewarded with guaranteed delivery, and latecomers understood why they had to pay the rush fees for it. So for this action step, write one clear post this week that encourages early ordering. Schedule it to run every week leading into the holidays so customers hear it often. Now, number 4, communicate clearly and often. Customers don't get mad at rules, they get mad at surprises. And that's why communication is going to be your best defense during the fourth quarter. Share your deadlines, share your turnaround times, share your rush policies early and repeat them often. Don't assume that people saw your first post. Say it again until nobody can miss it. Clear communication sets expectations and keeps those customers happy. Even if when someone misses a deadline, they'll respect your consistency if you were upfront from the start. Surprises cause frustration, but transparency builds trust. Some examples of this is, a decorator posted her cutoff dates weekly leading into November. Pinned them on her Facebook page, emailed them to past customers. Almost no one complained when late orders were refused. Another one, they only mentioned their deadlines once in passing in October. People missed them, and then they felt blindsided and left frustrated comments on their page. This is what we need to do. And so for this, we just need to draft a clear post about your fourth quarter policies, cutoff dates, rush fees, turnaround times, and just schedule it to run weekly from now through December. All right. Now, number 5 is let's use some free tools to stay organized, because you really don't need expensive software to win the holiday season. Free tools like Google Calendar, Trello, even a printed checklist can keep your deadlines, orders, and rush jobs under control. The decorators who stay organized don't just make more money, they enjoy the season instead of dreading it. Organization also prevents costly mistakes. Missing a deadline or losing track of an order can, cost you a customer forever. With a simple system, you'll feel in control, you'll keep customers happy, and you're going to finish the season strong. So a few examples of this is a customer used Trello to track orders, deadlines, and payments, right? They could see it at a glance what was urgent and what was done. And they felt like they finished the season straight. Another one, get everything in their head. Anybody do that? And they just forgot to order, a key order for a school staff gift and had to refund the customer, losing both trust and money. All right. So action steps is just choose one tool: Google Calendar, Trello, even a notebook. Set it up today and start practicing before the fourth quarter hits. Because as we wrap all of this up, the fourth quarter does not have to be chaos. With a little planning and some clear systems, you can protect your time, keep your customers happy, and finish the year strong. So what have we covered today? Well, we're going to set our Christmas cutoff times early. We're going to protect ourselves with rush fees. We're going to train our customers to order early. We're going to communicate clearly and often, and we're going to use free tools to stay organized. Now, this is just a teaser. In our paid webinar next Wednesday night, we're going to dive deeper with scripts and forms and calendars that you can use to organize your fourth quarter like a pro. It's only going to be $20, and it can save you hours of stress and make you hundreds, if not thousands, in profit. So keep an eye out for that link. We'll start promoting that here. This is just a little teaser. Your fourth quarter can either run you into the ground or lift your business to a new level. The difference comes down to preparation, communication, and boundaries. Start with these tips and get ahead. Join us on the 17th. You'll get that full fourth quarter success webinar, and we'll walk you exactly what we did and how we planned and executed to hopefully give you your best holiday season ever. So that's what we got for you today. We wrapped that up. I burned through that to keep us on track for it. So questions, comments, concerns, schedule for this week. What do we have next? We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesday, we're going to talk about rush fees without regret. I was about to say Saturday, but it's not Saturday. On what are we doing? Friday? No. Friday. I think that's right. Friday is the time hack, right? I think that's right. Time management is what we're going to talk about on Friday on that there. Tomorrow, Tuesday with Todd, we might give a hand if we can make some stuff, arrange and work at some multi-deck stuff, with some rhinestones, with some holographic, with some flock. We'll show the design. That should be released tomorrow for a Cheer Mom one, and it's going to have holographic HTV, flock, and rhinestones. So we'll walk through that, and we'll give you a State of the Union, how everything is looking, kind of what we can expect going forward with things. We came across some things as we were unpacking, and how can we get back to that? Could ball drops come back? Maybe. Could we give cameos away? No. Could we give Romeo and Juliet away? Maybe. So there's some things we're looking at changing up and doing. But we're keeping you all on that. So you want to tune in tomorrow night, Tuesday with Todd for that. Order them up. As orders come in, we're getting them out. So order them up. Right. See, that really upset me because I thought we were good with that. Or you can spend $82 a month for YouTube TV for the football package. The problem is besides a few handful of games, I should be able to watch everything over the air. Like if I go grab an antenna and spend $30 on an antenna today, then I'll be able to watch them all because, we're local market for it. It just really upset me. Fourth quarter is already here and crushing. Yes, it is. And that's why we're doing it. Technically it's not till October, but we got a roadmap in place where I'm going to show you the things that we use and how we can take every day into, create content. Like today, the best one example I can give is with Crystal. I said, here's the stuff. And she's like, well, how would you, it's a moldy cheese day. How would we use that in this? And I said, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this from here. We're going to put it in here. We're going to ask it some questions. We're going to do this. And here's what it's going to create. So we can take anything and use it to create content for our business. The biggest thing is knowing who your customers are and what you're doing with that. So I'm really excited about that. We'll start pushing more of it through for people in there. Now, if you're in our mentorship community, that call starts in 29 minutes. I can get stuff done before I head over to that. So excited for there. All right. No more questions, comments, concerns. Everybody has a great day. And we will be back on Wednesday. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Make sure, like, subscribe, share. Check all the links in the description. If you need anything, you can always reach out to us. info@therhinestoneworld.com. You guys have an amazing day. Until next time, peace, love, press on. We will see you.